And welcome to the Hot Seat of College Football Show. I am Trent, your host, as I wanted to do kind of a late night. I think I'm going to release a video in the morning, but kind of a video talking about the first day of spring practice for Ohio State as press conferences are back. We'll talk about that. Spring practice, day one was today. We'll also talk about that. And then talk a little about the coaching staff as we've had some updates with a couple staff members on Ohio State. So let's, before we get into this video, as always, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We got to 200, trying to get to 500 before the beginning of this 2026 college football season. So we got a couple months, I think 5-ish months. And then also remember to like today's show. Videos that get likes get recommended on YouTube way more than videos that don't. And it's free, costs 2 seconds, costs nothing. And I would really appreciate it if you guys like the show. But I want to talk about a couple things. I want to go by every single position going to next year, because there was a lot of notes given out, and then at the end we'll talk about some of the coaching. So starting off with quarterback, there wasn't much said by Day specifically. Obviously, I think Julian really needs to step up this year, but Day didn't really say much about Julian or Tavian. The only thing that we saw that was different is Day he didn't say it on the interview, but he said it to, I think, someone personally, or a reporter, that one of the X factors that they're looking for is Julian on the run game. Remember in the Michigan game, the third down play was the play that they were really like, hey, we need to see more of that. And then Day didn't let him run at all. Plus, he didn't have great offensive line play. I think Day might baby Julian a little bit in the passing game and not put him in the fire, kind of like how he did with Will Howard that year. I mean, he really put Will Howard in the fire. Also, Arthur Smith's game plan might suit Julian well for that and kind of keep him comfortable with the run game, the tight ends, and the RPO and the pulling. We'll see. I personally don't like that. I like more of the spread, especially that they talked about how receiver was really deep this year, deeper than last year, which I think is crazy with Carnell, Milam, and Quincy. Maybe Milam and Quincy were just not ready at all. So maybe Devin McEwen and Kyle Parker are serious upgrades over those. I'll talk about receivers in a second. There was a video coming out from practice of Julian running back, like our quarterback draw plays. He was practicing his juking and around the cones, which I'm kind of excited for. I've really missed, I miss this man. I miss this man so much. This is my king right here. I miss this dude every day. And I love Julian, I do. But I miss him. I miss Will Howard every day. I miss him being able to run. I mean, that was always so fun. I mean, I don't know if he ever had to run more than like 12 yards all year. And he had like 50, 60-yard runs at Kansas State. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, Tavian, how do you pronounce his name? Tavon St. Clair, Tavian St. Clair has more of a running threat. Maybe we'll see that when he starts, presumably we think next year. I doubt Julian's coming back for senior year. And if he does, Tavian, I think, is leaving. But I'm trying to see if anything else left for the quarterbacks. I know we had new numbers. I think Tavian stayed with either number 8 or number 9. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it does not look like he got any new numbers. And we'll talk about the new numbers as well. But yeah, that's kind of all for quarterbacks. For running backs, there was a few interesting things. Day did call it, the running back room, the biggest concern for the Buckeyes this year. I think more what he meant was the biggest concern for spring, because Bo Jackson and Isaiah West are out, which is really like, it's okay. The only guys we got right now is like Jacoby Jackson, Turbo Rogers, and then a couple freshmen. So I think that's might have more what he was talking about. And it does not sound like Jacoby Jackson has made a huge impact on the coaching staff yet. We'll see. But obviously, yeah, Bo Jackson needs to step up compared to last year. Had a good freshman year. Obviously had a lot of good stats, but at least the play on the field, we want to see a little bit more. Has great balance. That's something that Gus Johnson loves to point out when he watches Bo Jackson. But in the biggest game, especially those last 2 games, really needing him to, we did, like, when was the last time we saw a big Bo Jackson run? It was the Michigan game on that very slow run down the sideline. But yeah, for receiver, I was very surprised. They said this was the deepest room that they've had in a while at receiver, which is a surprise compared to 24 and 25. Like, seriously, I'm really surprised. Sounds like they have very high praise for Devin McCool, the transfer wide receiver from UTSA. And then Kyle Parker has not really been named. We'll see what Cortez Hankman, the new wide receivers coach from LSU, can do with him. For tight ends, Max LeBlanc, they said has a really good offseason, which is good. I thought he would be better by now. Bennett Christian's out for spring. And then for me personally, my notes were I think the tight ends need to step up with specifically the lead blocking for RPOs, the pulling in the run game. Arthur Smith should be able to improve that. Also, you're losing your best 2 vertical threat tight ends, or your best, I guess, 3 with Max Clare, Jelani, and Will Kazmarek. And man, Will Kazmarek had a good combine. But we'll see about tight ends. We'll see. 'Cause I think the scheme will be better, but I don't know if the talent will be better. I'm excited about Mason Williams out of Ohio and Hunter Welsing out of Northwestern. For O-line, it sounds like they said, again, a thing that I kind of saw a bunch was these are like the kind of deeper rooms the past 2 or 3 years for some of these rooms. O-line, they said it's as deep as it has been in a while. Sounds like Day is backing down, not entirely, but a little bit from everyone playing multiple positions. Specifically, Austin Servald seems like he's going to be playing tackle only. We did get some news as it sounds like Philip Daniels, who we assumed was going to slide in at guard, and then Ian Moore is either going to be the left tackle or the right tackle. Sounds like Philip is staying at tackle, which it really sounds like the entire offensive line is staying the same, except it's Gabe Van Sickle and Ian Moore at right guard. And we saw that against Miami and Indiana at times, and it was not good. So I think that is going to be a huge, especially if the biggest concerns right now, I think, are offensive line and running game. That's not a good thing to have a concern. That's not like, oh, you can kind of cover that up. No, you can't cover that up at all. And man, as much as we all hated having Justin, like, it's so funny. Justin Fry was an amazing developer, horrible recruiter. Tyler Bowen's an awesome recruiter, terrible developer, at least so far in his first year. It's his first year. I will give him that. But man, right now you kind of wish you had Justin Fry a little bit. For D-line, a lot of new faces. That was the first thing Day said. There was a lot of new faces. 51 new Buckeyes on this roster. Basically a new defensive line. I did not know Bo Atkinson was back. I thought Bo Atkinson was gone. Bo Atkinson is back. He got a new number. Also you have John Walker, defensive tackle transfer from UCF. James Smith and Hugh Russell transferring from Bama. And then obviously you have Kenyatta, who switched to 2, and Edric coming back. He did not call them deep. So I wonder if, again, he's calling all these roster positions deep. And then for defensive line, he goes, we have a lot of new faces, and doesn't call them deep. So I wonder if there might be a little thin. Obviously, you lost Caden McDonald, which is tough. I think Leroy Johnson will definitely has his work cut out for him after losing Caden McDonald, with and adding, a bunch of transfers, and transfers are kind of hit or miss. But I think the biggest thing is, man, Edric needs to step up. Because if he doesn't, he got benched for Tylon Malone last year. He will be placed down on the depth chart behind John Walker and James Smith. So, we thought he was going to have, after his freshman year, I'm like, damn, here we go. Edric Houston, let's go. And then I was wrong. Wrong defensive tackle. Caden McDonald's actually your first round guy. For cornerback, not many comments. Didn't really get anything about Jermaine, probably because he's a veteran. They said Leroy Roker had a good offseason, and that's just, they're really deep. Really deep isn't really good. Really deep is just really deep. So we'll see. I really hope Devin Sanchez can take a step forward. I think he will. I'm excited, especially this year, next year for him. I am excited to see if he can really kind of take over, especially after Igbinosun leaving and then Jermaine leaving this year. I'm really excited to see what he can do. But the weird thing is you lost Lorenzo Styles, but Lorenzo was one of the fastest players on the entire team. What did he run, like a 4.27 at the combine? But he gets beat over. He doesn't play fast. He gets beat over the top constantly. So we'll see about, is Cam Calhoun going to start in the slot? Is it going to be the Dominic Kelly, the guy we got from Georgia, who didn't really play at all? So we'll see. We'll see, maybe with Earl Little Jr. probably playing nickel, is it going to be him more often? Are they going to do a third safety, or is it going to be an actual third corner? Who's going to be playing nickel? How is Patricia going to be wanting to have a third safety or a third cornerback on the field? I mean, it'll be interesting to see how he wants to do that, because you're not going to have a guy like Caleb Downs to, who can kind of play linebacker, safety, and nickel at the same time. So yeah, for linebacker, I saw an account about this last night, and I went on a couple streams and let some people know. Didn't know. I kind of thought maybe it would be not a scam, but like a fake news. It's not. Day confirmed it in his press conference. Riley Pettijohn is out for spring, which is really rough. Not something I want to hear at all. Not just because obviously you don't want to have anyone out for spring, but also you're losing the two best linebackers Ohio State has had in since what? I don't know. I mean, Chase Young played edge. I would say in the past decade, we've had some good linebackers. I mean, those two. I mean, Sonny Styles had the best combine ever. Arvell Reese had the second best combine the year, just right behind Sonny, and then with Sadiq. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen Riley Pettijohn shirtless. I know that sounds really, really weird. I'm just like workout when he's working out. That man is built like Chase Young. He's young, man. I am really excited for Riley Pettijohn. Peyton Pierce, I'm excited for it. Sounds like Christian Allegro, the transfer from Wisconsin. He's playing a very veteran role, which can mean a couple things. It could be, hey, you're going to be our Devin Brown, you know what I mean? You're not going to start, but you're going to be our veteran presence. Or, maybe the veteranness is going to make him start over Peyton Pierce. Who knows? I mean, we'll see. But I don't know. The linebacker room has just been so good the past couple of years, even with Eichenberg, that I'm kind of, I'm a little bit iffy on this year's linebacker room. They talk about Sincere Johnson. He needs to have a step up a lot this year, and a lot of new faces. Especially, you lost the two best linebackers in the draft. Even if you want to call Arvell an edge rusher, you lost the best traditional linebacker in Sonny Styles. But I don't know. For safety, didn't really mention anybody. I was really excited about hearing about Terry Moore, because I think might be the best player on this defense. But I didn't really mention much. Don't have anything for them. Kicker, again, didn't give us anything about Robbie Dishner, who came from Illinois. Nothing on Connor Hawkins from Baylor. And then I think the last thing I think at receiver is, I said Kyle Parker wasn't really mentioned. Who also wasn't really mentioned at all? Brandon Inniss. What's going on at slot? I mean, we saw clips of Chris Henry Jr., who looks really good. I mean, he is freakishly lanky. But not really mention of Kyle Parker or Brandon Inniss that much. For coaching, Mick Marotti obviously Day gave him high praise, #1 strength coach in the country, whatever. I mean, I think he probably is the best, kind of like how Larry Johnson is one of the best defensive line coaches ever in the history of college football. But maybe he's not in this prime anymore. I mean, people call Ohio State soft. So it's like, I love Mick Marotti. I hope he should stay here. And I think he does a phenomenal job. But I mean, obviously Day's going to call him. Day's not going to call him Mick Marotti second in the country. I saw a clip of Arthur Smith talking with Patricia. Day said that Arthur Smith is not recruiting on the road. He did say Patricia was. I think we've seen photos, but kind of for an NFL guy to be on the road recruiting, I like to hear it again. And it sounds like Patricia is still very much committed to Ohio State, which is awesome to hear. Arthur Smith added a new NFL O-line assistant a couple weeks ago, Mateo Kambui, to help with the O-line, because obviously Tyler Bowen, the weakest link on this coaching staff, and at least under his first year, disappointing for Ohio State standards, especially with all the hype he had coming in. And then kind of the last thing, Day thanked Ted Carter for all he's done. But again, it's Ryan Day. He didn't give any actual comment on the situation. And then with that, it does sound like there might have been an actual relationship there. And the reason why he was giving money was because he was having a relationship. But it's like, well, he's 65, the girl's 50. It's not Sharon Moore harassing and threatening to kill himself to like a 20-year-old college student, 25-year-old college student. I know she's not in college, but you know, like the age. I think Patricia also now the highest paid coordinator at $3.75 million. Remember when Jim Knowles became the highest paid coordinator? Not anymore. It's another Buckeye coordinator. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. There's been some talk about Jeremiah Smith. Man, I haven't really noticed it because I don't pay attention like super much to like Jeremiah Smith's like muscle size, but everybody is saying how much bigger and leaner Jeremiah Smith looks, which love that. They changed the helmet where I'll pull up a photo if you guys can even see it. Let me just make sure. That is, I think, Turbo Rogers. Yeah, because the other Bryce Hunter's left. That's Turbo Rogers. Why does my camera turn yellow when I do that? That's odd. But they added the last name to the back of the helmet, which is kind of weird because you're gonna have your last name here and on the jersey. I kind of liked it when it said Buckeyes because it said Ohio State on the front, Buckeyes on the back, but whatever. We've had number changes. I'm not gonna go through everybody, especially with some of the guys not starting. For Earl Little Jr., he's going to be wearing number 1. Legend Bay is going to be wearing number 2. That's a big number for a freshman, especially that they don't know where they're going to use him. They said Legend Bay starting at running back. They got Kenyatta wearing number 2, Devin McCown wearing number 3, James Smith number 3, which will be weird for like a defensive tackle wearing number 3. Q Russell wearing number 4, Kyle Parker wearing number 5, Riley Pettijohn number 5, Jalen McClain number 8, Zion Grady number 9, Levi Roker number 10, Brock Boyd 11, Terry Moore is also 11, Bo Atkinson is 12, Christian Allegro is 14, Chris Hunter Jr. is 15, we all know that, Cam Calhoun number 18, Blaine Bladford number 16, Jordan Thomas 15, Sincere Johnson 20, Dominic Kelly 24, Jacoby Jackson 24, that's the running back, Jay Timmons 25, and Favor Key 29. For some of the higher numbers, let me see. Caden Gebhardt, CJ Sana, who I knew in middle school. I wasn't really a fan of them. Who else? Is anyone here even like big? John Walker, number 55. So we don't really have any of like the 98s for the defensive tackles. Sam Greer, number 77. Mason Wilhelm, number 68. Who else? Jaden Ricketts, number 80. Hunter Wells, the tight end from Northwestern, number 84. Mason Williams, the other tight end from Ohio, which is where Will Kazmaier came from, 86. Who else? Jameer Perez, 98. Connor Hawkins, 96, the kicker. And Brady Young, number 93. There's a lot more, but those are kind of the bigger names that at least I recognize. So I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I think that's all I have for you guys today. I'll have a video, since I'm posting this in the morning, I'll have a video coming out later. I know I've kind of been slower on posting the past couple of days just because of school and stuff. It's the end of the third quarter. So I've been trying to catch up with work and I've just been busy. But again, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Videos I get likes get recommended way more than videos I don't. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We just got to 200, trying to get to 1,000. Also, you can turn on the notification bell so you get a notification every single time I release a new video. I'm trying to think if I have any other news. I think that is all. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. I hope you guys all stay safe. I guess this is technically coming out in the morning. And we will be doing a reaction for Ohio State's, maybe not live. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I might go live. So the Big Ten tournament happened. Actually, I want to see who won. Oregon versus Maryland. Maryland won. And then I want to see Penn State versus, who did they play? What, Northwestern? Northwestern won. Okay, so Ohio State will play the winner of Iowa, Oregon. But again, that's all I have for you guys today. I'll go live for when that game happens. But again, that's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. And as always, thank you.